NBL's very, very fortunate to only be 2 points down. Shooting it at 34% from the field. Melbourne Tigers at 40%. So given their problems on the offensive end, remarkable that they're still very much in this game.
Giants still in the ball game for Sydney. He's given them quite a spark. Rush with his floater over the top of Julian Kazoo. Lang out-muscles Graham Dan down low, or just outlasted him on that rebound. Be in the right place at the right time, giving the Melbourne Tigers a 4-point lead.
And Tim Lang makes the most of that down low, but the Sydney Kings have been very good on the glass, 34-25 tonight so far, as Bose with a little step back. Not the prettiest looking technique, but he gets the line drive to go in.
Yeah, normally, you know, Daniel Dillon, people just don't kind of manhandle him like that. He wanted the ball down to block and got the score. Trigger pulls the trigger. Lang keeps it alive, gets it to Kazoo.
It's a real dangerous time for the Melbourne Tigers. Both Myron Allen and Ron Dorsey on the bench at the same time, and then we see the foul from Graham Dan with the opportunity, Steve, to knock things up. Ben Madgen comes on for Alex Gines, and Alex Gines, he has been terrific tonight. He's upped his opportunities so far during the Shane Heal era with the Sydney Kings. Gines has got 7 points on 3 of 5 from the field. He's also played 15 minutes.
He's played some substantial minutes, that's for sure, and he has produced. Graham Dan comes up very short on that one.
Man, that was another line drive. Got to get some arc onto that shot, Graham.
I hate to see anybody struggle like that at the foul line.
We saw him against the Perth Wildcats at the line and missed a couple of free throws with no time left on the clock. Chance to win it, and there's a atrocious turnover by Daniel Dillon. This is just almost painful to watch with some of the turnovers that both these teams have had.
Madgen with a nice finish over the long arms of Benny Lewis. We're all tied up at 48. Well, Graham Dan couldn't get there at the foul line. But a pretty average turnover results in a bucket on the other end for Sydney. Trigger may have walked and gets the little floater to go.
You know, watching Daniel Dillon play, he is more of a two-guard that can play the one spot. And right now, you know, very difficult time, he's running the one spot. But really, that's not his strength. I think he's a much better two-man than he is one.
Kazoo. Martin, one bounce dribble. That comes up short. Melbourne did a good job of doubling down on Kazoo. This goes right to Bose. He'll go upstairs for the jam. Yes, he does. It's like he waited for the defense to go past and then flushed it.
Hellacious stuff by Bose. That's got the Sydney fans up and about.
I didn't miss that one.
You're dead right, Steve. It's almost like he waited for the defense to come in to throw it down in his mug. As Daniel Dillon silences the crowd.
And he got your energy level to drop. Tigers, after all that excitement, still up by 2. Martin to Dan. Bose with a left hand comes up short. Rush does a good job of tapping it to Cam Trigger. We get another look.
Well, there he is. He waits. Bang! Just poster right, Daniel Dillon. Anatoly Bose, he's renowned for having some hops, but that was just good timing and threw it down with authority. Nice.
I think he's got some bigger hands than we probably give him credit for. Was able to maneuver that thing around the hand of Daniel Dillon. Even all that excitement, still the Tigers up by 2, 52-50.
unlimited ADSL2 offer, there's no bundling and no limits. For only $39.90 per month, you get unlimited ADSL2 broadband. Call today on 13Dodo.
Welcome back. ANZBallaz Bose trying to provide the entertainment here in Sydney. But it's the Tigers who are ahead in the scoreboard, and that's the dunk of ANZBallaz Bose. And it never looks as good in slow motion, does it? But it was the surprise factor. We know he can dunk, but to dunk on somebody is always a lot more exciting.
And more importantly, it was a much-needed couple. And the next play down, he had a very good drive to the basket. He's got all the tools, and he's only going to get better. Had a very good career at Nicholls State in the United States. And we've already seen his second half of this NBL season vastly improved on his numbers in the first half. So some good signs for ANZBallaz Bose. Cameron Trigard tidies up some of the work of Lang.
That's a big rebound for Cam Trigard, who's been struggling to get his numbers on the glass. Bose. It's got Liam Rush. Little fall-away action off the backboard. No good. Grant reels it in. Kings get another crack on this possession. Still down 4. Cooper to Grant. Finds Bose at the three-point line. That's good. ANZBallaz Bose in the flow. Makes it a one-point game. Tigers 54-53.
He's not going to lose confidence, ANZBallaz Bose, either. Coming off that down pick. That was a tough three. Defense running at him. He is more than capable. 14 points now.
Trigard off the glass. And the gun players are starting to heat up as Cam Trigard starts to come alive. Now he's in double figures on 5 of 8 shooting.
Once he starts getting going, Steve, he's hard to stop. Melbourne Tigers, I didn't really give him a lot of looks in that first half. And there you see the foul. And ANZBallaz Bose is going to go to the line to shoot 3.
And that's one thing he's good at. And the good players the scorers can always sense when a guy's hand is out of position, rip through his hand. He's got arm, and that's a foul. Those are the guys in foul trouble. Dan on 4, Lucas Walker with 4. Ron Dorsey and Liam Rush on 3. Nobody else in foul trouble.
And the big sneeze is back in it. He's going to be a focal point down low, but so far it's been ANZBallaz Bose has been the go-to man, getting a lot of looks, and Shane Hill calling his number regularly. Delivered with the three-pointer. And a nice dunk.
Well, he has his demons on the foul line as well.
He does indeed.
Bose shooting it at 58% on his career. I'm sorry, this season.
68% this season. It's his first. But Steve, you're looking at the Rookie of the Year. If he doesn't win Rookie of the Year, there needs to be some sort of commission inquiry.
Daniel Dillon.
Oh,
that's a couple of tries. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that foot did move and it did slide. Kings get a turnover. I can't say they forced one. Almost one there, and then we'll have a look at watch the footwork. He traveled.
Changed his pivot foot probably 3 times.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Walt. He shouldn't feel hard done by when he watches the replay. Imagine creates some space, hits the floater. Sydney Kings on top by 1.
Trevor Gleeson, he needs to have a chat about things going on as well.
Timeout on the floor. Trevor Gleeson and the Melbourne Tigers want to talk it over as the Sydney Kings have crept ahead with 4:26 to go. Andrew, Kings shooting it at 38% from the field, just 2 of 9 outside the three-point line, and have the lead.
It's quite extraordinary, isn't it? But it's all about timing, and the Sydney Kings' little run right now. Trevor Gleeson would be real upset with the scoring opportunities that the Sydney Kings have had so far in this last quarter. They've been able to put on 10 points of their own in this fourth already, but they really haven't had an answer. And in this crisis, as the Sydney Kings have tried to find some weapons offensively, they've really identified their target, and they're playing off Bose. So the Tigers need to figure out a way to put the clamps on him and minimise his productivity, because if you're on a good thing, stick to it. And I'd reckon the Sydney Kings would continue to try and pound it into Bose. And you've also, let's not forget about Julian Kazoo down low. So some real challenges now for the Melbourne Tigers. And as they trail it, you think down the other end, well, how are they going to get their points? They've brought back Ron Dorsey. Cameron Tagar starting to pick things up. And Lucas Walton comes back into the game along with Tommy Greer and Myron Allen. So they've gone back to virtually their starting lineup, with the exception of Cameron Tagar coming in from Matty Bursman.
Tigers handle the pressure, no problem. Get up the court. Shot clock's down to 10. As Allen looking to create some space. A little hop into a skip into a jump, and there's a travel.
It's definitely a travel. There wouldn't be a travel playing in many countries in the world, but it's a rule that FIBA has cracked down on, the stop and spin.
Kazoo after a Melbourne Tigers turnover.
Early foul call, Tommy Greer.
Tommy Greer with 2 hands on, is Michael Allen all over that one early. That's why when you see it, you got to blow the whistle, so there is no question whether the shot is good or not. And after this game has simmered down, you have not noticed the referees at all in this one, which is a good job by the officials. Kazoo with his medium looked in rhythm, and it was good. Sydney Kings have scored the last 6, and they're up by 3.
Steve, Julian Kazoo, that's only his 11th point, but he has 15 boards on the evening.
Grant with a block shot as Cam Tragad tried to get the second effort to go. Bose has it knocked away by Lucas Walker, and he's turning the corner to Ron Dorsey. Allen to Greer. They get to Dorsey on the step back. Tragad. His shot is blocked by Julian Kazoo.
Steve, on that set, Melbourne Tigers are nervous and second-guessing themselves. Ron Dorsey had an early 3. Tommy Greer had a shot that he hesitated with. You can just see the hesitation in the Melbourne Tigers players.
Dorsey gets it off in time. Shane Heal can't believe it. That looked after the shot clock. It was if the Tigers didn't even know. It was like the Tigers didn't even know the shot clock was winding down. But it counts. It was close. Bose has the ball knocked from him. Good hands, Magin.
3 seconds, 1 second.
He gets it up in the air. It would have been a shot clock violation, but the Melbourne Tigers come up with it. 59 all. Just over 2 minutes to go here in regulation.
Huge shot by Ron Dorsey.
Dorsey. Lucas Walker goes over the crowd and tips it to himself. Allen waits for his screen. Cooper with the good D. Allen gets it back from Walker. Reverse layups off the mark. Tommy Greer can't finish.
They're the ones you have to make when the game's on the line, and the Melbourne Tigers. Oh, Julian Kazoo's gone down with a shoulder. concerned. The Kazoo still grabbing his shoulder. Shane Hill is irate on the sidelines.
We'll see a couple of plays that were close. Shane Hill is livid. He thought Anatoly Bose was fouled. There was definitely contact. Who initiated the contact is the question.
That's the big issue, but it didn't look like there was a need for a whistle. It wasn't called, but that three ball, let's have a look at the three-point field goal by Ron Dorsey. It come on courtesy of the underneath out-of-bounds play, and he stepped out to the corner. It's coming. Here it is. There you see it. Ball still in his hands.
He didn't get it off.
That should not be free.
Yeah.
In fact, it was quite considerably after the...
Yeah, it wasn't even that close. It didn't look... It looked like he didn't get it off initially when we looked at it. But close enough. Close enough for it to be, you know, human error. I mean, they don't have the luxury of getting a second look at it in slow motion.
No,
and you got to live with that.
We've seen it in the United States and the collegiate level and the NBA level where they will stop the game and go to the sideline. I don't particularly like it because it does take the wind out of the game a little bit. There's a lot of stop-starting caused by it. But in a critical stage of the game like we have right now, there's probably some merit in it, Steve. It looks ugly and it's clunky, but ultimately you want the right call to be made. Big possession now for the Sydney Kings.
Too many calls down the stretch. Anatoly Bose for three.
Went for the...
Nobody followed the shot either.
Went for the touchdown. Early, quick shot by the Sydney Kings.
A lot of basketball left. Melbourne up by 2. Walker looking for a teammate. Finds Allen. He goes hard to the baseline. Finds Walker for 3. That's good. Lucas Walker knocks down another big three-point shot.
Trailed by 5, so they need quick baskets here. But either a 2 or a 3 will help them. A quick one is the most essential. Quick score right now is essential. Big shot by Lucas Walker. Not renowned for his three-point shooting at all this season.
Well, he's come up big, and that's normally what it takes in a close one. Who knocks down the big shots? Bose has a shot block. Big defensive play. Bose felt like he was fouled. Dorsey has his shot blocked by Grant. Loose ball. Who's going to get it? Alternating possessions goes to the Sydney Kings.
Ron Dorsey should make that basket, but he shouldn't shoot it, Steve. There's 16 seconds still left on the shot clock. Pull it out, make him play you. Having said that, I mean, he's got to be able to make the layup, but should never been in that situation. Pull it out, use the clock.
Well, Grant comes up with the big play. 5-point difference. Magic turns the corner. There's contact, but he can't get the score. That would have been a big one. Now Magic goes to the line with some pressure free throws to get his team just a little closer. Down 5, plenty of time left. Just get it that little bit closer for either one of these teams who've been struggling to finish.
These are musts. These free throws are musts for the Sydney Kings. As Ben mentioned, 19 points on the night. He and Anatoly Bose have been doing most of the damage for the Sydney Kings.
Magic knocks down both pressure free throws.
And they go ahead with the quick foul because they need to. It's only their second. It's only their second team foul. So this is going to hurt them because they're going to have to commit some fouls, and Tigers have a chance to reel some time off the clock.
And they can't foul before the ball is inbounded.
No, you can't. If you foul before the ball's inbounded, it's an automatic 2 and possession. So you've got to be careful of that.
Yeah, it's clearly a game killer.
And here we have a look at the the earlier foul. There's Julian Kazoo, and there's the other foul that you just see in the corner of your screen on Anatoly Bose. So that, you know, you're saying, well, it's a minute and a half to go, all those issues, but they can be game changers.
Well, that's true, Andrew, especially in succession like that, because Ron Dorsey's three shouldn't have counted.
Correct.
And then they don't get that call on the other end. And, you know, we couldn't tell from the angle, but, you know, if you're a Sydney Kings coach like Shane Heal, you'd feel very hard done by in those two calls that didn't go your way.
Most definitely.
Get another angle at this one. See if we can get a better look at the foul, which was so crucial. We'll have to go with our live action. This is a little bit more important.
Another timeout. This time it's to the Melbourne Tigers, so weren't quite happy with the instructions in the first timeout. Mike gives us a chance to have a look at that other non-call. You don't like to focus too much on the officiating, but you know, the Melbourne Tigers still got plenty of work to do in order to put this one ice. You know, the Sydney Kings are going to extend the D. I think the Sydney Kings, what we'll see is you see where they're working out their trap. There's the where Julian Kazoo, and there's the contact that looked like there was contact. But I think right now Shane Heal would be going for broke in the backcourt as the Melbourne Tigers try to advance it, and then making sure that they stop the clock if they don't get the early interception.
I was going to say that if we're being really picky on that replay, Julian Kazoo, after he hit his shoulder, he traveled.
So the Melbourne Tigers advance the ball. And here you've got to work on denial. Sydney Kings pure denial, trying to get the early interception. If not, you've got a foul.
Still plenty of game left, 28.5 seconds. Dorsey to Walker. Now they got to get it to Allen, and they foul.
And that only took 4 seconds. They would like to have had the foul a little bit quicker. So it's going to come down to the ability of the Melbourne Tigers to shoot free throws. And in all honesty, the Melbourne Tigers may want to consider taking Cam Tregar out of the game, because Cam Tregar on the season has not been from the free throw line. So they don't want to have to put the ball in his hands.
And he's staying well aware of it, away from it, I mean.
As he should,
He is
almost.
well aware to
And as
stay
expected,
away from it.
we see a substitution, and it's Tommy Greer who comes out of the game. He also has been poor, extremely poor from the free throw line.
And it's Allen going to get the ball. Now it's 2 shots. They're in the bonus.
Actually, Tommy Greer hasn't been too bad. He's been at 70%. So you've got to pick your target here. And unfortunately, Sydney Kings, with the time restrictions, really don't have too much of an opportunity to pick and choose. Myron Allen, he's going to the free throw line.
Well, either way, it's going to be a 2-possession game at the very least for Sydney.
He's played 5 games so far this season, and he's shooting at 70%. So pretty solid for Myron Allen.
Looking at some of the crowd and shaking his head like, you fouled the wrong guy. He misses the second one. But still, it's a 2-possession game with a successful one. Imagine trying to get to the rim, finds Bose. He goes for the foul, can't get the contact. Dorsey pulls in the board. Gets it ahead to Greer, and that should be it.
That will be it. It's in the book, this one. Tommy Greer has a chance to build on his free throw percentage of 70%, and he's got it with really not much to lose. Tigers with 3.5 seconds remaining, lead it by 4.
Tigers weathered the storm, came out with all that defensive intensity and playing very physical with the Kings.
And if you're looking for a hero down the stretch, it was Lucas Walker. A block shot, a couple of terrific efforts on the glass. 7 rebounds and 12 points for Lucas Walker. And that really doesn't tell the full story in the energy that he's brought to the game.
Probably would have done more damage if he wasn't limited with his foul trouble, sitting on 4 fouls relatively early. But he has come on leaps and bounds as Tommy Greer picks up one. And the Sydney Kings will run out of time. Melbourne Tigers break their losing streak, and they win convincingly the Capital City Clash with a 66-61 win.